Hey America. Now, I didn't feel like making a vlog today, but I'll give you a special treat. I will be reading a fan fiction that me and my best friend Izzy wrote when we were in high school. Period. I'm making my throat. Imagine you go on a date with him and he starts talking about airsoft. You're like, what's that? And he's like, shooting without fatality, you think. He's a furry, so it's almost like he's shooting animals since he plays with his other furry friends. You say, that's cool, not really meaning it. And he insists you go to a game with him. He brings his gear and it all smells like sweat and it's all musty. He puts it on you and it's like slightly too big and it digs into your shoulder weird. And you tell him it's uncomfortable. But he's too busy loading his gun. He gives you a mask and you look inside and see more sweat stains. You can barely see out the visor since it looks like a dirty windshield. He never cleans it. You get into the rink and the person says start or whatever. He runs, but about 3 steps in, he trips on his shoelace. Since he doesn't know how to tie his shoes properly, his hands shoot out to stop his fall, but the butt of his gun ends up jamming into his stomach. He throws up in his mask and starts crying. Someone sees this and takes it as an opportunity to shoot him in the chest, and he screams and starts crying more. So you start to be like, what the fuck? Where am I? And he gets up and starts to laugh at you, crying in your shoulder. And he's like, woof, woof. And all of a sudden, everyone is just staring at you like, what's happening? You pick him up and you leave, like run out of there. You don't care about his guns, his glasses, you just leave. You get outside and he sits up on the curb and starts to cry into his hands and he starts yipping as well. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with my boyfriend? You console him until he gets the strength to the car. You open the door for him, and the next hour you are driving back home and listening to Nicki Minaj. You're holding his hand the entire way because you know that if that happened to you, you would cry too. Also, he's hot. You get home and he says thank you, YN. He kisses you and leaves the car. As soon as he leaves, you throw up. He had throw up on his lip. You kissed throw up. You go to bed thinking about the furry and wake up the next morning to a ring on your doorbell. You look through your Ring doorbell camera and see a tall boy with a fursuit head on warped by the fisheye lens. You're about to call the police when you remember it's your boyfriend, the fucking weirdo. Why would he show up to your house with a wolf head on? Reluctant after your last ordeal, but still waiting on an apology. You crack the door. You see him perk up and notice the tail on his back wave slightly at the sight of you. What the fuck are you doing, you say, as he pushes his way into his house. You stare up at his firm build. He flexes his veins on his arms as he brushes the fur out of his face and looks down at you slightly creepy but endearing brown paper eyes. The red t-shirt and denim jeans he wears fits his build and arms perfectly. As you scan him, you realize he's wearing mint fursuit spray tinged with his own musk. Your parents are out on vacation and won't be home for another week, and your sisters are in college across the country. Because of this, you haven't had a real breakfast in a few days. Somehow, he knew this, and you finally notice the Flagels Bagels bag in his hand. I got you bagels, he yelps, and holds up the crinkled paper bag. The aroma of warm bread fills your nose. As good as it smells, you doubt he got your favorite bagel, the chili cheese bagel. Oh wow, thanks so much, you say sarcastically. You're not sure if you're interested in him, and decide to wait until after breakfast to kick him out or not. Wow, this bagel is so good. You look over at him and expect him to be looking at you from the corner of his eye. Instead, he's looking at his furry head, almost like he's talking to it. What the fuck? You let him into your home, he brings rainbow bagels, and he won't even talk to you. You've had enough. And you slam your hands down on the table as you rise from your seat. He looks confused and he stares with wide eyes. YN? What's wrong? He's cut off by you, turning her back to him about to storm out of the room. What is this stupid asshole even trying to do? You hate furries. You never actually want to date one. Just about to step into the living room and open the door and kick him out, you feel a firm grip on your wrist. And you stop your head to see him standing up and staring at the ground, one hand to the side and one on his wrist. Time stops before he looks at you through his long eyelashes and whispers, I'm sorry. You stare there stunned. A man actually apologizing? You have your doubts. Let go of me, you say strongly, now staring at your feet. Instead of releasing his grip, you feel fingers slowly slithering around your waist, followed by his free arm and eventually the hand that was on your wrist. Your heartbeat starts to groan, and he slowly pulls you towards him and leans his chest into your hair. You feel his warm chest against the back and his strong arms wrapped around your torso. And he starts to open his mouth and say, "Can I take my bagel with me?" Period. Guys, period. That was my fan fiction, guys. I hope you liked it. That's all you're getting for November 27th. Tomorrow will be Thanksgiving, and I will be vlogging. Period. Bye.